Alright, let's make animals with paper or cardboard, or both. Here are a few different type of examples. It's called collage when you're cutting paper or materials together and gluing materials together to create a piece of art. A very famous illustrator that you know, here he is. He's done so many children's books. His name is Eric Carle. Here is the art of Eric Carle, and he is very good at making collages. This is just a few of his books. There are so very many, and here are some of his characters. They're made out of cut paper, glued together, and then they're photographed for the books. We're going to need to cut or tear paper, compose it. That means put all the pieces together and use glue. Here is an example of a lion, a tiger. Here are some shapes. There are so many animal choices out there. This, once again, is more student work. This is an elephant wearing overalls, which I thought was so funny. A zebra with fantastic stripes. And I think this might be a rabbit. Last but not least, fish. Boys and girls, we're going to need lots of paper, glue, and scissors to create our zebra. Hello, boys and girls. We are working on creating a zebra from collaged paper. Our first step is to create black stripes on white paper, or you could use black paper and add white stripes with pastel. But right now, I'm adding black stripes for my zebra on white paper. All right, once we have our paper decorated, we really have to think about the body parts of the zebra. There's the main body, which is going to be the largest, and we're going to start by cutting a piece of paper out from our decorated paper to form the body. We can take our scissors and also curve the back a bit so it isn't so straight. There we go. Now, boys and girls, maybe I'll add a little curve here too. Just cut the edge a little bit so it isn't so rectangular. Now, our zebra is going to also need 4 legs. I could take another piece of paper and cut 4 strips of paper out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't want it so thick, so I'm going to cut a little bit off of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have a body and 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we do need a tail. The tail should be thinner, so I'm going to cut a little thin piece off of this strip. And the tail actually has a little bit of a black, it looks like little black hairs at the base of it, at the bottom of it. And here I go. I'm going to add that black. And now I have a body, 4 legs, and a tail. Now, our zebra is going to need a neck and a head. And the head kind of goes in this direction because zebras have a muzzle, which is a very long nose. So I don't want to put this big rectangle up here, so maybe I will cut it in half. Maybe I'll cut this side a little bit so I can include this neck. You can play around with your paper and trim it up a little bit. I could have it moving forward, or I could have my zebra's neck moving upward. It's your decision. I think I might have mine moving forward a little bit. But he's missing his head. He just has a neck. So I'm going to cut another piece off for the head of the zebra. And I think I want to make the mouth, the muzzle, a little bit smaller. I'm going to cut maybe a little bit rounded here. There we go. Here's the head. There we go. Maybe it's too thick. Might cut a little bit more off of it. Now we have a muzzle, the head, the neck, the body, 4 legs, and a tail. And we're going to be gluing these pieces all together. But I really need to put 2 ears and the eyes, or at least 1 eye from this side. And I could color in the little hooves. Now, a zebra has a mane right on the back of its neck, just like a horse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting this together. Do you see I'm pulling the legs down, and I'm just putting some glue at the top of the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice dab of glue. And I'm going to lay the body on top of it. So when I press it down, when I flip it over, I can see legs attached to the back. I don't necessarily want them in the front. Here I'm going to add some glue to the tail. Now I have 4 legs. I'd like to take a moment and color the bottom in to see the hoof of our zebra. 2, 3, and 4. It's a mammal with 4 legs and a tail. Now let's add the neck. And you can really have it going kind of any direction you like. It could be going down, drinking water. Well, that's kind of cute. Could go up or directly up with its head up. There's lots of ways you can recreate this zebra. I think I'm just going to flip this over, add some glue in the back, not on the whole thing, just on the part of it, just so you can attach it. Here's its neck, and now its head. And of course I want to add 2 ears, trimmings, and a mouth, and an eye. And we're almost finished. Flip it over, add a little bit of glue on the back. Try not to get glue all over your tabletop. I could turn her head up. I could turn the head down. I think maybe I'll do this. Maybe. And we need 2 ears. So I'm just going to take my scraps. Lots of fun scraps. And cut out maybe a triangular shape. 1 here, which I might add a little pink inside the ear so we can see that ear a little bit better. There we go. 1 ear here. I don't really want it so pointy. You know, once you cut a triangle, it's so easy to soften the edge by curving around the edge. There we go. Putting a little glue down here. And 1 more ear. They don't have to be exactly the same size. This is going to be glued back here. I'll add a little pink here. Put a little glue, dollop of glue on the edge, not on the whole thing. Attach here. And of course, I need a mane. So I think what I'll do is we can either use black paper to add the black mane, or we could use our cut paper. I might just cut a little piece off of here. Attach it to the back. And maybe add some more stripy marks to it. So we can tell that this is a little bit of a furry mane. We could cut little triangles out too if we'd like. It's kind of fun. They call this zigzag cut. Now I'm going to put it right back here. And of course we need to give this zebra its eyes, and it will come to life. And this is called a collage, boys and girls. We're not really coloring on paper necessarily and making a drawing. We're recreating this animal by using cut paper to recreate. And I'd like to make a little eye with maybe a marker. Right. Here's my mane. I might add a little more marks here, and I'm going to add an eye here. And maybe a little part of his mouth. Thank you, boys and girls. Enjoy yourselves.